and soon after that, this is a whole battle. And within very short time, they have amassed such a big army. What is the ratio? 11 and 7. It was not too less also. 7 Akshahonis against of Pandavas against the 11 Akshahonis of Kauravas. So he was very much surprised. So that's why he became fearful, and now he goes to the Acharya, Dronacharya. Yes. And he spoke the following words. Following words will be next shloka. The pious Sanjay could understand that Dhritarashtra, blind from birth, but having the eye of wisdom, was now blind with illusion because of loss of wisdom concerning dharma. Uh, can you answer? Okay, Dhritarashtra may had some wisdom because he had association of Vidura, but why he was blinded with illusion now? Before, just pause a bit here and think about it. Why Srila Baldev Vidyabhushan is saying that Dhritarashtra is under an illusion? I'll give a hint from the from the first shloka we discussed yesterday. He asked a strange question. He knows that in Dharma Kshetra, his sons are going to get defeated, but still he has hopes that they will win. He has hopes that they will win. He's seeing that Krishna is on the sides of Pandavas, and still he has hopes that they will win. It's an illusion. Also, if he would have been little bit wise, both Kauravas and Pandavas would have lived happily. He could have told Duryodhan, make an amendment. You know that pastime where Krishna said, okay, they are Kshatriyas, they cannot be Brahmanas, they cannot beg. Let give them 5 villages and they will live happily. So at least Dhritarashtra could have said, Duryodhan, you must agree to it. But he did not. So out of illusion, only out of attachment to his son, he could not discern what is dharma. So all these points are hidden in this commentary, what Srila Acharya is saying. He was thus worried that his son would give the kingdom to the Pandavas. Therefore, understanding, you know that because of the influence of Dharma Kshetra, he was doubtful. And also we remember that he was having animosity towards Pandavas who were also actually his sons in a sense, because he was sons of his brother. Therefore, understanding this, Sanjay, fixed in dharma, gave satisfaction to Dhritarashtra by saying that his son would certainly not give the kingdom to the Pandavas. Now, how to relate to that? Drishtvatu Pandavanikam. So now you see, after seeing the armies of Pandavas, is not that Duryodhan was fearful, or is not that Duryodhan had changed his mind to not fight. Rather, he has gone to Dronacharya to encourage him to fight. Are you able to see this in the shloka? That's how it is mentioned. Duryodhana, expert in political affairs or Rajniti, seeing the arrangement of the troops of the Pandavas, personally approached the teacher Drona, who had given instructions to him from Dhanurveda, and spoke some words. He was not actually the king, Raja. So what was that? I explained this point. Why is being called Raja here? Huh? Because he's expert in Rajniti. He's not the Raja. Raja was Dhritarashtra. He spoke a few brief words, carefully selected with deep import. He refers to Duryodhan. Yes, be careful about it. He had inner fear caused by seeing the strength of the Pandavas' troops, which is shown by his personally approaching Drona. See, if the army was very small, he could have just said, okay, start the war and we'll fight. But now seeing the great phalanx, you understand, a huge arrangement of armies, he is also now intimated, oh, such a big army, how will we win over them? We should make some strategy. So he has that fear in his heart, and that's why now he's going to the Acharya. But he attempted to hide that fear by showing that he had come personally out of respect to Guru. You see, that's how his Rajniti. In the coming shlokas, you will see how he's actually using sarcasm against his own spiritual master. He has no respect for the Guru also. He has no respect. but he's showing respect. This is how demon will always behave. So what I wanted to say was that there are two things we are seeing. He is fearful, seeing the armies, and to hide that fear, he's showing as if he's approaching his guru out of respect. This is called duplicity. You can very clearly see the demon. This act displayed his clever use of politics, Rajniti, which has been indicated by addressing him as a Raja. It's very clear? Okay. Purport. Dhritarashtra was blind from birth. Unfortunately, he was also bereft of spiritual vision. It's a beautiful point. There have been many saints who were actually blind from birth. Do you remember? Surdas ji. Surdas was blind from birth. Bilva Mangala Thakur, not from birth, but he was actually blind later on. But they had a spiritual vision. And real blindness is not the blindness of eyes, it's the blindness of spiritual vision, which is actually, what is that? Most prevalent in this world, is it not? People just cannot see. Do you agree, Amarnath Prabhu, that people cannot see? Or can you see that people cannot see? Have you heard such shlokas in Bhagavad Gita? Pashyan api na pashyati. I think it's in Bhagavatam, yes. Pashyan api na pashyati. They are seeing that the Baba has died, my mother has died, everybody is going to die, and I think I will enjoy. At least I will not die today. Like this. And that's why later on he was given the vision by the mercy of Vidoji, who used very strong words against him. Then he gives up his kingdom. He knew very well that his sons were equally blind in the matter of religion, and he was sure that they could never reach an understanding with the Pandavas, who were all pious since birth. Still, he was doubtful about the influence of the place of pilgrimage, and Sanjay could understand his motive in asking about the situation on the battlefield. Are you noticing this point? He is under the illusion that somehow the Pandavas are on the path of dharma and they are on the path of adharma, but somehow that it is possible that that place may influence the mati means intelligence of their adharmic bad sons called Kauravas. So just to dissipate that doubt, Sanjay is speaking. Sanjay wanted therefore to encourage the despondent king and thus assured him that his sons were not going to make any sort of compromise under the influence of the holy place. Can you point out what was the cause of possible cause of despondency of King Dhritarashtra? Despondency, you understand? Despondency means lack of enthusiasm, feeling very sad. That is called despondent. So why the king was despondent? What is the possible cause? He was fearful that maybe, see, we should remember, he did not want to give the kingdom to the Pandavas. So he was feeling sad, maybe my sons might get influenced by Dharmkshetra and maybe this battle will not happen and maybe the Pandavas will win, and all those things were there. So just to encourage, Sanjay is saying, no, my dear Prabhu, they will fight. That his sons were not going to make any sort of compromise under the influence of the holy place. Sanjay therefore informed the king that his son Duryodhan, after seeing the military force of the Pandavas, at once went to the commander-in-chief Dronacharya to inform him of the real position. Although Duryodhan is mentioned as a king, he still had to go to the commander on account of the seriousness of the situation. What was the seriousness of the situation? What did you learn? Yes, the Pandavas had amassed 7 Akshauhinis of armies. It's a very serious thing. How we are going to tackle the situation? I'll give an example. Both of you cook prasadam. Suppose you have cooked for 600 people and 800 people are there outside. What is your expectancy? 600 people. And there are 800 people. So will all of us not come together? You will go to the Acharya, Gaur Bhagwan Prabhu. Acharya Upasangam ya Raja Vachanam Pravit. So Gaur Bhagwan Prabhu, what should I do? Now 800 people are there. We expected only 600 people. Are we not doing that? Are we not doing that? That's natural. The same thing. But we are not having a battle there. But I'm just saying that that's natural. So similarly, he was not expecting. He was surprised. How could Pandavas, being out of politics for 13 years, how they can collect such a big army, and not that like chullu mullu soldiers, like strong strong soldiers. Chullu mullu means like useless soldiers, not that anybody has collected. They're strong soldiers. So how to win over them like that? He was therefore quite fit to be a politician. But Duryodhan's diplomatic veneer could not disguise the fear he felt when he saw the military arrangement of the Pandavas. A veneer, it means a covering, it's like a curtain. So, what was the diplomatic veneer we learned? It appeared that he went to the Acharya out of respect. But why did he go? Because he was fearful. So I made a discussion small today because I wanted to keep it as a in suspense or whatever, that what did Duryodhana spoke, and there are many subtle meanings into what he spoke that we're going to discuss today. Any questions are there up till now? Oh, so today's class was very small and short, so thank you all very much. If there are there any questions on YouTube? So what did you learn today? They are not going to make an amendment, and Duryodhan was fearful, and he wanted to hide this fear by his diplomatic words. He is called Raja because he's expert in Rajniti. He was not real Raja. And Duryodhan, what is his name?